Okay, once again, good morning. This is part two um, from today's confusion at 6:30 in the morning. Successful people have an orientation of how can I help you? Why? Because there's a thing called reciprocity. So, number one, I can feel good by helping someone else, right? Oxytocin. I can feel pride that I helped solve a problem. I could get a shot of dopamine because I accomplished something. And if it had to do with actual physical labor, maybe some endorphins too. So, people who are successful have an orientation to what can I do for you? Because it's going to make them feel good. Certain neurotransmitters, as I said, could be released. Additionally, successful people operate on a thing of reciprocity. If I do something good for you, you will do something for me. Amazon, reciprocity. If we make it easier for you to buy items, you will buy them from us. If we do this to you, you'll do this for us. It's the basic law of commerce. It's a bargain for exchange. You do this for me, I do that for you. Reciprocity. Reciprocity is more of I do something for you first and you reciprocate. So reciprocity is the follow-up. But people operate on the idea of reciprocity. If I do something good for you, you're going to do something good for me. Non-successful people don't operate from that perspective. They operate from a here's what I need, how can I get it? How can I get you to get it for me? Or how can I get you out of my way so I can get what I want? And truth, honesty is not really essential. What's essential is getting what I want. And the key thing is what I want. I don't care about what you want unless you're in my way and I need to give you what you want in order for me to get what I want. But otherwise, my focus is on what I want. This is me. Here's what I want. Okay, I don't ask people, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Because I don't believe in reciprocity. Maybe because I don't know what it is. Maybe because I have a self-belief that nobody does anything for anyone unless there's a reason. Which could be true. But the ultimate reason is because they want their life better. I'm willing to help you make your life better because I want my life to be better. That's what's in it for me. Not I'm out here to screw you. But if you had a bad start looking at something that Joe Rogan talked about, if you had a bad start in life, then you're going to have insecurities. Like, I can't trust people. No one's going to do anything for me. I got to take care of myself, et cetera, et cetera. And those insecurities lead to well, I can't read it, but anyway, insecurities lead to, let me look it up. Look at it. Oh, yeah. For people to pool into tribes, join communities of other people who have negative, unsuccessful beliefs, and then they get stuck in the mud. Okay, they had a bad start. That makes them insecure. You can't trust people you're supposed to be able to trust. You don't know about reciprocity. You don't observe it in your world. It doesn't exist. So then you pool into tribes of people that are like that. Why? Well, because people who didn't have a bad start act differently, and they don't like being around people who are not the same as them. So think back when you were a little kid, when you could choose to play with whoever you wanted to play with, people would not play with the bully, people wouldn't play with the mean kids, people wouldn't play with the kids who were selfish. The nice kids are the ones who had the friends, and the nice kids are usually the ones who didn't have a bad start. It's not your fault if you had a bad start. It's not your fault. The question is, what are you going to do about it? You can choose, like a Bill Murray type of thing, you can choose to start acting like a successful person and have reciprocity. Act with reciprocity. I'm going to do something to make your life easier. You're going to do something to make my life easier. And thus, the people who act that way are going to be more interested in you. They're going to give you an opportunity to demonstrate that you're one of them, that you fit in. So my observation of this morning is people wanted to do just what they wanted to do. And when I say people, I'm not speaking about all of the people who were here. I'm talking about specific people. They were just focused on themselves, not what can I do to help you. However, I have to say, Jason did bring me his morning concoction of juice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Justin, not Jason, Justin. Thank you, Justin, who will not watch this video because he doesn't have time to do it, or he forgot that we do these videos, or he forgot to subscribe, or he forgot to do something, and now he'll say, my bad. All right, so this morning was characterized by people who were focused on me, and more like me. I want what I want, not on that. So my observation was unsuccessful people focus on themselves and they try to make their life as easy as possible. So instead of being samurai, like raking the leaves, I will just rake the leaves into little piles, and I'm not going to pick up the piles because I don't need to, because they're not going anywhere. I'll do that later. I'm not going to put in the extra 5 minutes to get rid of the pile. And I don't have the ability to project into the future. I don't choose to project into the future. Well, when the wind comes up, which it always does here, when the wind comes up, this pile is going to be gone. It's going to be back to where it was before I raked it. So I'm going to rake it up into another pile. And to me, that's like, I accomplished something. Dopamine, boom. Serotonin, boom. I'm proud. I can imagine somebody also being proud of me. And so now I get a little oxytocin. I can imagine that. Unfortunately, I try to take shortcuts instead of spending the extra 5 minutes to move the pile that I raked from here to over there. So when the wind comes up, it's not going to be back here where I just raked it. Or I'm not going to take the time to find the source of the leaves or whatever's blowing and get rid of the source. So when the wind blows, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff in my way. I'm not going to take the time to do that because I just want to go to entropy. Yeah. I just want to wind down. I want to wind down. I want to be in a minimal state of energy, not a high state of energy. I want to be in a low state of energy. So, successful people, high state of energy, number one. How can I help you? Because if I help you, you will help me if you're a good person. If you're not a good person, I'm just going to next. I'm not going to take the time to explain to you. I'm not going to try to help you. Why should I reciprocate? and help you learn to be a better person when you're not doing anything to help me. So I will just go to the next person, and that is it. So this is not going to be posted. This is in the notes section of Thriving Warrior Notes about behavior.